What's going on, guys? This is Scarlight Squad bringing you the deck of the week, which is
PK Fire.
Alright, let's get into it.
So, just a side note, I'm the same guy who did the Buster Blader profile, and recently I have successfully gotten X1 in my local tournament out of 5 rounds. And so, I'm also doing this deck list, which is basically a meta version of this is my meta deck. So, yeah, I have been undefeated with this deck, so I might as well give a chance to profile it. So I'll start off with 3 Terratops and a Tocket on board. Just the general essentials to this deck. It's an instant Dante. You just want to always get this. Only one Tocket on board just to prevent clogs. So then we have Tour Guide. There's no reason why you shouldn't run this at all. We have 2 Maxi. This card, it's still very good in this format. You could still get a plus off of it. It hurts the mirror, so it'll give you a good pressure to it. So for the Phantom Knights, we have 3 boots, which are very good because they could, if you have at least one of these on the field, then whether by normal summon or special summon, you can get these from the hand. You can search the trap card, which is a very good trap card. So this one special summons from the hand, this one searches your monster when you're banished, and this one sends one or sends any card, or when it's on the field, it gains it gives a boost to your Dark Exceeds by 1,000. So it's really helpful when you need to make a strong 3K break sword. For the BA, we have 1 Graph, we have 2 Seer, we have 3 Scarm, which is basically the bread and butter of BAs. There's really no argument here. And we have 3 Farfa. This card is a very good disruptor. It's your primary disrupting card just to get rid of, let's say, Prime Monarch or Exceeds when you're playing against Pendulums. It really is a very good card, which is why I think it's a very good card to have 3, especially in the grind game. We have 1 Lich, which is also very good against the Monarch matchup. You can call this against either, you could basically do this against an Exceed Summon for Beatrice. You have Cowcab. In this version, I run Anti-Spell. So basically, if I flip Anti-Spell with Beatrice on the field and they set their cards, I can just use this to force them back to their hand. And it's a really good tool to get rid of back row, to bait it out. Barbar, just to push for the end game, if they have life left. Foolish Burial, no need to explain, it just helps get cards where I need them. Regeki. I choose to main deck this, primarily because the Monarch matchup is much more common, and if I do this against them, they can't really respond with either. It gets rid of their Crystal Wing, it's just very good. I can just side out if it doesn't work out. 3 Twin Twister, gets rid of their back row, and it just ditches the fodder, so it's very good. So our trap card lineup, we have Solid Warning, very good card. Our key trap card, Fogblade, which is very useful because not only I can negate most effects like Monarch cards, or at least bait out Cosmo card effects, I can target a BA that I have currently on the field, negate it, and then I can summon Terratops or PKs, and then they won't be destroyed. So we have anti-spells, which are incredibly useful against the Pendulum Monarch. Just general matchup.
Do you side a 3rd?
I could technically run a 3rd, but I'm also testing Booby Trap E, which is my super secret tech, which basically I can discard 1 card from my hand and set 1 continuous trap from my graveyard, and it can be activated that turn. So in case if I send any of these, like Vanity's Emptiness, then I could just use this as a bait and then activate this in response. Like this card didn't come too good, but it has good uses, especially in the grindy game. So I really appreciate it. And I could run a 3rd anti-spell in Rest of time and 2 Chaos Trap Bolt because I really hate Ether and Dante. So for the extra deck, we have Dante Pilgrim. We have 2 Dantes. Only 2 Dantes because it's pretty much what you only need to do, because usually the average game you just need these 2. You can just recycle them back with Seer Loop, because when you do that, you can get out these 3 Beatrices. So they are just one of the best cards in the deck. You can just summon this against them. You could send basically whatever you want to in order to disrupt whatever they put at you, and it floats. And 3, because you can just loop Dante's infinitely. So we have 2 Levier. 2, because I really love the combo potential with this deck. Because if you play it right with your banished PKs, you could basically just make probably 2 of these, or at least another rank 3, and make F0. So I really like it because you can just form both these. We have 3 Break Swords. Now normally you would only run 2, but for me I like 3 because it's a very powerful removal tool just to get rid of troublesome pendulum scales or floodgates. And I just really this is one of my favorite cards in general. Just you can also just make a 3K with gloves. And I just really love it. We have Nightmare Shark just to push for the end game. We have Dark Rebellion, also to push for the end game. It's usually just to get rid of strong beaters. So it's also just pretty much a push for the game. We have Gaia Dragon. So just to get rid of the Beatrices that are not really useful after you get up Dante Pilgrim, you just do this and pierce them for game. So it really helps shorten the game out. And we finally have F0 just for a Cosmo matchup. And finally for the side deck we have our Kaijus, which are very important because something against like the Blue Eyes matchup, I want to get rid of Spirit or Crystal Wing, or just basically anything. It's even Cosmos or just Pendulums. I just really love them, especially when you combo them with Kaiju Slumber. So you send this to Beatrice. If they don't really do anything threatening, send this. So it's mostly what it's used for. I don't really use the Great Yankee effect, but it might be useful. We have Shadow Dragon, which is my other unique tech. So against the Pendulum match like Odd Eyes Magicians, it's very hard to use Farfa, Elich, or Calcab on them because it really doesn't do anything. But Shadow Dragon, if you do it just right, probably on a monkey board or any back row, like a set back row, if you know like the mirror match they played Fogblade, you can just do this and it basically just stops them. And the reason why I sided, because if I main deck this, then I have a chance of bricking much more, but if I side it when I know I face Pendulums, if I probably go first or second, then this will be most likely stay on my deck, and I can mill it with Beatrice and stop their skills. We have Enemy Controller, just primarily against the BA matchup. So it just steals their Dante, I can make Beatrice fit, or I can just steal their Beatrice and then make Gaia, which is the most evilest thing you could imagine. System down, not too apparent in the metagame anymore, but just accept only for Despots and Cosmo if it comes up. We have Mischief for the Gnomes. So a very good card in the mirror. I play this over Flying Sea just because this is much more versatile and it helps a lot against the Blue Eyes matchup or Pendulum matchup. It's just people don't really see it coming. So yeah, Massacre Strix, no reason to explain. And finally, Magic Deflectors, which basically stops your Stormforth or Cosmo Town.
Alright.
There you have it.
Awesome. Is there anything to say before we go?
I really don't have much else to say, but except, well, yeah, there really isn't much else. It's just a very good meta deck, and I believe that it's going to retain its status for quite a while, even though it might get hit by the balance like a Dante limit or a Seer limit. But regardless, I really appreciate this deck, and I hope you should try it out.
Alright, awesome guys. If you like the deck profile too, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time. This is Scarlight signing out.